I've got 10 more AI art and Midjourney styles for you to try today. Just add these to the end of your prompt, separated by a comma to get images like what you see here, except for this first style, which is the opposite of. Add this to the start of your prompt and get some unique and stylized images. I do feel like this style still includes the subject inside your images, but by having the opposite of, it kind of confuses the algorithm a little bit, I think, and it tries to sometimes put items across from each other, or tries to find a way to make the person's sort of subject a bit opposite to what they look. So example, Batman here, instead of being dark and brooding, he's very colorful. I also tried the opposite of free and the opposite of happy, and got like some really strange results and really interesting sort of interpretations of that prompt. The opposite of sad was a little bit different. So I highly recommend experimenting with this with subjects, but also with more metaphysical things like emotions and concepts to see what you get. The next is inspired by Yoshimitsu. So I mentioned in a video recently that I've been using this as a subject because of the character from Tekken, but when I changed it into more of a style format, it tended to add this really cool sort of samurai style to all of the characters I put into it. So I dressed them up in armor, and you know, I love good samurai style artwork. If you've been following me for a while, you probably picked up on that. But you can see how with these images here, everyone has got like a bit of a different style of dress, more of a Japanese style of artwork, and it just sort of blends pretty well. I love this one of Darth Vader, the way it has the katana lightsaber as well. So by going through and adding that to your subjects, it just really transforms them into more of a Japanese, more samurai themed sort of image. And this one here I thought was pretty nice for the samurai in front of Mount Fuji. But also multi-exposure photograph is kind of like a take on the double exposure photograph, but sometimes just trying to get a slightly different result. I love the way we've got the bats here with Batman. With the Incredible Hulk, he's got like a bunch of sort of city, and he's got like little trees growing on him, that kind of thing. It just does a slightly different result than just a simple double exposure photograph. So it finds a way to just kind of overlap certain elements. Often it does it more times than one. This one I thought was interesting, the way it kind of had like the little square sections of the element, but most of the time you just get a nice overlap of different subject matters in your photo, but in a slightly different way than double exposure. So I just tried this, found that it was a little bit different, and thought definitely worth a share. And again, we get that square effect here with Goku. But moving on, we have Digitalized Da Vinci Style. So this also just takes something like a Da Vinci style and it occasionally adds a little bit of a different touch to it. So you can see here, it's not a super clean Da Vinci style. It's more of a highly detailed, lots of patterns, lots of artifacts and things woven into the image. It's like Batman's mask and armor here. There's lots of little patterns involved in the creation of his costume. So by using Digitized, it just seemed to change things a little bit, and I like the way the Modern Family Home, it almost looks like a 3D render, but with the color scheme of most of the aged Da Vinci stuff, and the Terminator looking bronze was, I thought, a pretty nice touch. I also want to quickly mention that if you're looking for some prompt formulas or things you can use these styles with, check out my free 25 prompt formula e-guide that you can download in the description below. But again, in response to another video I did recently, we have black and red ukiyo-e comic style. Now I mentioned this in my mood board video, but you can also prompt for it and get a pretty decent result. And again, you can add any of these styles to your mood boards, but the way we get that really cool black and red style, the outline style, so instead of like a painted or woodblock printed ukiyo-e image, it's more of a comic book style drawing with the black outlines, and it transforms the subject matter, as you can see here with Darth Vader. He's got that torn up cape and all the Japanese samurai armor. A lot of Japanese stuff in the video this week, a lot of samurai type stuff in the video this week. The Hulk, he's wearing almost like a karate type sort of outfit, but he's got a samurai sword, and just the way it presents these images, I think it looks really good. And this was probably the closest to an actual ukiyo-e block print, but I just love the way it dialed down the colors. Now, Morphus style is something I saw simply pop up on the Midjourney Explore page, so I thought I'd try it out, and it tends to, not so much here with Goku, but it usually makes the images look a little bit 3D. It almost looks a little bit like Unreal Engine, but just not quite the same. There's a little bit more of a stylized take on the subjects, and it's not every time, but most of the time you'll get at least one image where something looks different, like Batman here looks quite different. Darth Vader's wearing a suit. It's one of those really strange sort of words that just manages to have an impact. And when I tried to do a bit of research about Morphus, all it came up was like some equipment, and I think maybe it's been corrected to something else like Morphus or something like that, but overall I was pretty happy with the results. But moving on to the Japanese style, we have Hannya glitch effect. Hannya being like a Japanese theater mask, and glitch effect being that digitalized effect. And I found it just really spruced up the images quite well. It added that Japanese style to the images, but also the glitch effect definitely seemed to come on pretty strong. So the Terminator here looks nothing like the Terminator, but the rest of the images definitely have that feel to them, where there's a slight sort of Japanese twist, the way it changes the character a little bit, and the glitch very strong, creates a really cool stylized image. So like I said, again, very Japanese theme this week, but this time we're going to move on to collage illustration aesthetic. So this takes that collage illustration, but adding those extra words just kind of like helps create something a little bit more unique. As you can see here with the modern family home, I love the way it's got bits and pieces of the home with the steps in front. The Terminator here, the way it sort of adds that up the side of his head was really cool. Batman, it just does a great job of creating collage effects around a subject and then often interacting with the subject, like with Darth Vader here. So definitely this is a fun style to play with, create some unique results, and looks really something that you could use quite well in, say, a graphic design service if you need just some kind of elements that make up this look, and maybe you can replace a subject. I also love how it shows the neutral colors along with the yellow here with Pikachu. But the next style, which is a screenshot of a busy Windows 98 desktop, I didn't get what I wanted, but I definitely got something interesting. It has that old 80s style video game vibe, usually has some kind of computer in there, and I just thought this was a really interesting art style to play with. It just adds in, it really dates the images, that real 90s style computer, that pixelation, and it just looks like something from an old video game, and it definitely got some cool results, and quite often adds, like I said, someone sitting at a computer. So Goku here sitting at a computer with a can of Coke, and the Terminator, he's on a computer. He's also got some weaponry around him. So have a play with that and see what you think. But minimalist grid graphics was another cool way of adding grids to your images. So sometimes you get this cool 3D mesh style, or this kind of pointed mesh style like here with Darth Vader, but also sometimes you just get this nice grid effect added to your images as well. So I found that this was better than just simply adding in grid, which would just sort of overlay a grid. This has a more interactive sort of feel to the images. And this one here a little less so, but you still get the idea. The way it interprets the grid can change from image to image, so there's a little bit of freedom in how it interprets that. So definitely have a play with the minimalist grid graphics. It just has a nice touch and a little bit of flexibility within the range of that style. But otherwise, those are the styles this week, guys. I hope you found them useful. If you did, please consider giving the video a like. Otherwise, hope to see you again soon. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.